Have you ever wondered where all the unique, charming houses went? The ones with big porches, tall windows, and beautiful details? Sadly, most of those old house styles aren't built today. Today, we're diving into 10 old house styles no longer built. Today, homes that used to be everywhere but are now mostly gone. Stick around, you won't believe what's disappeared. 1. The Victorian Mansion. Elegance that stood tall. The Victorian Mansion was the crown, jewel of neighborhoods in the late 1800s. With its towering spires, colorful exteriors, and intricate woodwork, these homes were all about making a statement. Every corner seemed to have a new surprise: ornate carvings, decorative trim, and sometimes even stained glass windows. Victorians were the embodiment of elegance and wealth. But over time, tastes changed, and these grand houses became too much to maintain, with their ornate details being swapped for simpler, more practical designs. Today, a few Victorian homes still stand, towering like giants of a forgotten era. 2. The Colonial Revival, a taste of America's past. Inspired by the homes of America's early colonists, the Colonial Revival was everywhere in the early 20th century, with symmetrical facades, brick exteriors, and traditional gable roofs. These homes were a nod to a simpler, more patriotic time. They made a statement of American pride and were loved for their balance and order. But as modern housing demands grew, the Colonial Revival fell out of favor, replaced by more contemporary styles. Yet, if you drive through older neighborhoods, you'll still see these homes standing tall, holding on to that piece of our history. 3. The Craftsman bungalow, cozy and built to last. If there was ever a home designed for comfort, it was the Craftsman bungalow. With its low-slung roof lines, large overhanging eaves, and inviting front porch, the Craftsman was all about blending with nature and creating a warm, welcoming space. Inside, you'd find beautiful woodwork, built-in bookshelves, and a layout that encouraged family life. These homes were a product of the arts and crafts movement, and they emphasized quality craftsmanship. But as the need for more spacious homes grew and tastes shifted, Craftsman bungalows faded into the background. Today, they're a rare find, but their charm still holds a special place in the hearts of those who know them. 4. The Dutch Colonial, a peek into old-world charm. With its distinctive gambrel roof and dormer windows, the Dutch Colonial was a style that spoke of old-world charm. These homes were popular in the early 20th century, often featuring a mix of brick and wood with a functional yet picturesque design. They were inspired by the Dutch settlers who once called America home, blending practicality with a sense of coziness. But as American tastes shifted toward more modern styles, the Dutch Colonial became less common. Still, if you're lucky enough to spot one, it feels like stepping into a slice of the past. 5. The Mid-Century Ranch, one story, big dreams. The Mid-Century Ranch was all about simplicity and ease. These homes, which rose to popularity after World War II, were often one-story structures with large windows, open floor plans, and low-pitched roofs. They were perfect for suburban living and reflected a new American ideal of spaciousness and comfort. The ranch house was practical, affordable, and embraced the idea of living on a single level. But as families began to look for larger homes with more character, the ranch slowly gave way to more elaborate designs. Today, these houses can still be found in neighborhoods across the country, but their heyday is long gone. 6. The Spanish Revival, a taste of the old world, with its red-tiled roofs, stucco walls, and arched doorways. The Spanish Revival style brought a little bit of Mediterranean charm to American neighborhoods. Popular in the 1920s and 1930s, these homes were built to reflect the romance and elegance of Spanish architecture, featuring ornate ironwork, colorful tiles, and open courtyards. They were perfect for warm climates, blending the indoors with the outdoors. But as tastes moved toward more streamlined, modern designs, the Spanish Revival faded away. Yet in areas like California and Florida, you can still find these homes, standing as a testament to a time when life felt just a little bit more magical. 7. The Gothic Revival. Dark, dramatic, and beautiful. The Gothic Revival was a style that inspired awe and wonder. With pointed arches, steep roofs, and intricate detailing, these homes looked like something out of a Gothic novel. Popular in the 19th century, the Gothic Revival was meant to evoke a sense of grandeur and mystery, making each home feel like a castle. While these homes were striking and full of character, they eventually became too heavy and dark for the tastes of the modern homeowner. Today, Gothic Revival houses are a rarity, often found in historic districts or as part of college campuses, where they still stand as symbols of a bygone era. 8. The Tudor Revival, a fairy tale come to life, with their steep gable roofs, brick and timber exteriors, and charming storybook appeal. Tudor Revival homes were like stepping into a fairy tale. Popular in the early 20th century, these homes borrowed elements from medieval English cottages, creating a whimsical yet dignified look. The Tudors were designed to look quaint and lived in, perfect for families who wanted something unique. However, as Americans started to lean toward more modern, functional designs, the Tudor Revival began to fade. While not as common today, a Tudor home still holds a magical quality that transports you to another time. 9. The Cape Cod, simple and sturdy by the sea. Inspired by the homes built by the early settlers of New England, the Cape Cod style was all about simplicity and sturdiness, with steep roofs to shed snow, symmetrical designs, and dormer windows. These homes were made to withstand the harsh coastal elements. The Cape Cod was practical, modest, and perfect for life by the sea. However, as the demand for larger homes and different architectural styles grew, the Cape Cod gradually became less common. Yet, if you wander along the coast of New England, you can still find these homes standing tall, as steady and reliable as the sea itself. 10. The Neo-Colonial, a short-lived revival. In the mid-20th century, Americans found themselves drawn back to the colonial style, but with a twist. The neo-colonial homes were a modern interpretation, featuring colonial revival elements like brick facades and gable roofs, but with more contemporary layouts. They were designed to evoke a sense of history, while still offering the convenience of modern living. However, as the architectural world shifted, again in the 1960s and 70s, the neo-colonial style quickly faded. Today, they're a rare find, but when you do come across one, it's like seeing a ghost from the past. If this walk down memory lane sparked some nostalgia, give us a like and hit that subscribe button for more. Which old house style would you love to see come back? Let us know in the comments.